DJs BrewTube beer review. It's time to increase the hoppiness factor in my life. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that, accomplish said task, that is, by going to Bell's Brewery out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, USA. Yay, yay. And what beer are we going to have from them? We're going to have their Roundhouse IRA, or India Red Ale. It's an IPA, right? Or a red IPA, I guess. Kind of like our friend Nugget Nectar here, and some of these other ones you see. We've got our buddy Hop Slam here, which is kind of like a red-ish color, if memory serves. Anywho, I'm digressing. This is a rotating serving. It clocks in at 7.5% ABV and 40 to 60 IBUs. I did read, though, that it could be 50 IBUs. Who knows? Who cares? If it tastes awesome, doesn't really matter. They've been brewing this beer since 2009, and the adjunct in it, like Hop Slam, that's why I mentioned it, is local Michigan honey. And they also used a plethora of toasted malts to balance out the big hoppiness. This beer is exceedingly fresh. It's just 2 weeks old to the day, judging by the can date at time of recording. So, you know, time to stop flopping my damn gums, crack the top on this bad boy, get in the glass, and tell you what's up with the Roundhouse IRA. Aha, from Bell's. Ah, nice crack on the top. Tons of hops wafting off. Now, this seems to be a polarizing beer. I've read some reviews and watched a couple folks review this, and some folks love it, or they don't. You know what, but I guess that can be said about most beers these days, can't it? So, let's see what's up with the appearance of the Roundhouse. It is a lovely garnet orange-red color. It's perfectly clear. Can see my hand right through it. Maybe a tiny bit of haze on it. Bell's beers tend to be pretty clear. We've got a solid two-finger head of a bit soap-sudsy khaki-colored bubbles when I swirl it. I suspect we might get some glass lacing, and there's a good amount of alcohol legs forming at the top of this glass. But take a look at that beer. It's gorgeous in the glass. I love beers that look like that. It looks like a nice fall sunset. Or, you know what? Happy memories by the beach. Whatever. Let's see what's up with the aroma. Big citrus, pine, slight bit of dankness, some herbaceous notes. You can smell some of that caramel malt in the background. But it's all about the citrus, zesty citrus, orange, a bit of grapefruit, but dominated by orange, maybe a little bit like tangerine-ish or blood orange-ish. Zesty, piney. Has a nice sort of West Coast kind of aroma, West Coast IPA kind of aroma, or IRA sort of aroma. So, you know what? I'm not flapping my damn gums. You know what's up. Let's dive in. Cheers! That's nice. It's a straight up sort of red IPA. It's right up at the front. You get pine and citrus. After that, you get that herbaceous note, very mild dankness. It's a little more dank in the taste than it is in the aroma. Super smooth. The alcohol is totally hidden. Has a medium body to it. Dominated by citrus. The bitterness isn't too big or building. The toasted malt that they said was in there is in there. The finish is fairly dry, actually. I guess because they put that honey adjunct in there, that's going to dry it out. Excuse me. That usually happens when they put honey in a beer. But actually quite dry finish now that I'm like finishing off that last swallow. But the bitterness is there. Isn't like real building. I don't have a bitter fingerprint on the back of my tongue. Maybe if I finish the whole can, I might. But at this point, I don't. It's a well-made beer. It's not a mind-blower. It's sort of like, I guess, a middle-of-the-road IPA or RIPA or IRA, whatever the hell they want to call it. But I do prefer some of these others that I've had. But you know what? It's not a bad beer. It's just not like blowing me away here. So let's grade this beer. Rate beer is given a 98. That's an A+. Sorry. Can't go A+ on it. Beer Advocate is given a 90. That's an A-. I can see that grade. And Untapped is giving this 3.92 cap. So on that scale, I guess they're giving it an A, right? So I'm going to go, I think, A- with this myself. I'm going to give it a 92. 92, 93, somewhere in that range. It's not a bad beer. It's just not a mind blower. I've had ones that I like better than this. But it is very well made. I would drink it again. I don't know if I'd necessarily seek it out. But for a six-packer beer, one redeeming quality of this beer is it's not real palate fatiguing. I could drink more than one of these. Now at 7.5% ABV, you don't want to go cuckoo and just smash that whole sixer, because you're probably going to go night-night pretty early at a sixer of this at 7.5%. But you know what? It is a tasty beer, very well made, that I would drink again. And if you dig a more balanced IPA that has enough malt counterbalancing the hop bitterness and some of the hop flavors with the malt sweetness and toastedness, you'll dig this beer. So, have you had Bell's Brewery Roundhouse IRA? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like the quid pro quo and the back and forth. I also really like it when you think locally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. And that leads into some other coolness, which is rating, commenting, subscribing, especially if this is your first time with us, and smashing that like button, because that, along with one or two cans of Bell's Brewery's Roundhouse IRA, puts my big ass happy face on to the next DJ BrewTube. I got nothing but a bunch of beer drinking love for you, and you know what's coming? Hell yes, a big pizza!